Opening strike, the arrogance of an empire. The galaxy was not kind to humanity. For centuries, Earth's colonies were tolerated, taxed, and surveilled by the Thalorian Empire, an ancient dominion that stretched across 1,000 suns. To them, humans were a curiosity, a minor species who had clawed their way into space too quickly, too chaotically, and far too boldly. That arrogance reached its peak on the day of the massacre of Titan's Gate. A convoy of human colony ships, filled with settlers bound for the Outer Rim, was ambushed in cold vacuum. The Thalorians didn't waste words. They didn't issue demands. They simply annihilated the fleet with ion storms and laughing broadcasts. The alien commander's last message, broadcast across every frequency. Earth freezes today, humanity will not rise. Their voices dripped with contempt. They saw humans as children with toys, unworthy of empire, unworthy of survival. The debris of those ships, burning in Saturn's shadow, was meant to be a warning. But warnings in human history have always been answered. The Empire's feast, celebration amid ashes. The Thalorian Council convened in their great halls of crystal and fire. Songs of triumph echoed through their spires, retold by poets and etched into starlit mosaics. They believed the galaxy had witnessed a final lesson, that rebellion against them was madness. Around their banquet tables, alien lords toasted to the end of Earth's ambition. One general jested, "Perhaps humanity will retreat to its blue marble, chasing myths in their oceans again." Another scoffed, "They are too civilized to answer. They will lick their wounds as all prey does." The council chambers roared with laughter. They saw no fleets in orbit. They heard no retaliation. Earth was silent. That silence gave them comfort. But in truth, it was the kind of silent storms gather before they break. The frozen moment, a galaxy in pause. The months that followed were strange. No human broadcasts reached the outer colonies. No envoys traveled to negotiate. Even pirate networks whispered uneasily. Earth had gone utterly dark. And the Thalorian Empire, so used to chatter and resistance, began to wonder. Yet arrogance blinded them still. They called it weakness, paralysis, the freezing of a lesser people. They told themselves, the humans are finished. And in that single thought, the Empire froze. But in hidden docks carved into moons, under oceans where the stars could not see, and deep within Earth's black sights, humanity was not frozen. Humanity was sharpening its knives. Breaking the silence, the first rumblings of Earth's answer. It began as whispers across neutral space. A Thalorian patrol vanished, its last transmission filled with static and a human voice. Debt collected. Then came the fall of the Veru Bastion, an outpost thought impenetrable. Its calm logs, recovered from scorched databanks, recorded the impossible. Fleets emerging from shadow, dark and silent, their human banners carried like storm fronts. On every intercepted channel, one phrase repeated, chilling in its calm delivery. The silence is over. The galaxy trembled. What had seemed frozen now cracked apart. The great unveiling, humanity's hidden armada. For centuries, Earth had worn the mask of restraint. They had shown the galaxy exploration vessels, science cruisers, diplomatic ships, all the tools of peace. But behind the curtain of treaties and surveillance, a different forge had been burning. Humanity had built dreadnoughts, vessels so vast they eclipsed suns when they emerged. They had designed storm troops, armored soldiers who moved with the precision of machines but the fury of vengeance. They had weaponized silence itself, stealth systems that turned fleets into ghosts until they struck. The day they revealed these weapons, the void itself seemed to roar. An entire Thalorian armada, 200 ships, faced a single human dreadnought over the shattered world of Carthai's IV. The aliens jeered at the lone vessel, calling it suicide. Until it opened fire. In minutes, 200 warships were ash and ruin, their wreckage raining across the planet like fiery snow. The Thalorians had frozen in arrogance. Humanity had risen in fire. Retribution unleashed, the fall of suns. Then came the campaign of vengeance, swift, surgical, merciless. Human fleets moved like avalanches through star systems. Worlds that had mocked Earth now watched their skies darken as dreadnoughts blotted out their suns. Armored legions descended, not to conquer, but to dismantle every monument of the Empire brick by brick. The skies of Zirath Prime turned crimson as orbital bombardments erased its defenses in a single day. The fortress world of Karnax, once a jewel of Thalorian pride, was reduced to silence after human strike teams disabled its planetary shields from within. Every battle was a message. Every destroyed fleet a hymn of retribution. Alien historians would later write, "The Empire froze, humanity did not, and in that stillness Earth became the storm." The biblical scale, humanity's wrath made manifest. Witnesses across the galaxy spoke in awe and terror. They saw fleets arrive like eclipses, their black hulls rimmed with fire. They heard human war drums carried through comms, pounding with mechanical precision, echoing like heartbeats of titans. Entire systems were swallowed in the glare of annihilation strikes. Oceans boiled, mountains crumbled, moons split apart as humanity answered cruelty with devastation beyond comprehension. Aliens whispered in fear. They are not soldiers, they are judgment. And in every human action there was no plea, no negotiation, no compromise. Only cold, precise retaliation. The shattered throne, collapse of the empire. When the war began, the Thalorian Council had laughed. Now they sat in trembling silence. Their empire had ruled unchallenged for 1,000 years. In less than a decade, humanity shattered it. World by world, their banners burned. Generals who once mocked Earth now begged for mercy. Their pleas met only with silence, the same silence they had mistaken for weakness. In the end, the Thalorian throne world stood alone, its defenses stripped, its fleets destroyed. When humanity arrived, they did not speak. Their dreadnoughts encircled the skies, waiting in frozen patience. And then in one cold voice, Earth spoke. Never again. The Thalorian throne burned, the empire fell. Resolution, the infinite silence of vengeance. The galaxy was left in ruins of awe and dread. No one sang songs of victory. No poets etched mosaics. The silence of the aftermath was heavier than any words. Survivors of the Thalorian race told their children one law, whispered like a prayer. Never provoke Earth. Merchants altered their maps, drawing a vast circle around human space, labeling it not with borders but with warnings. Here lies Earth. Do not enter. The galaxy had learned a truth carved in fire. Humanity's patience is vast, like oceans still and deep. But when that silence breaks, when the empire freezes, humanity's rise begins.